This is Moving Minds, brand new podcast with Hull Trains. I am Gemma Oaten. You may or may not know me from the telly box. I've been in Coronation Street, Emmerdale, Holby City, to name a few. I also present on BBC Radio Humberside and BBC Radio York. Hence, loving a good old natter. And that is what this podcast is all about. Conversations on the move, whether it be around our mental health, the importance of taking time out and enjoying train journeys. I have just jumped on at Grantham, and on this part of the journey, I'm going to be speaking to the legendary onboard manager that is Nick Almy. So get your cuppa and let's get cracking. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the legend that is Nick Almy. I am so chuffed that you're doing this with us today, the Moving Minds podcast. Nick, let's start with, how long have you been working for Hull Trains?
3.5 years.
Right. Why do I feel like it's longer? I feel like you've always been here, every journey that I've had.
I think I really enjoy my job, so maybe it feels like I've been here longer than I actually been.
But you really do enjoy your job. You're like the first person that I see on most train journeys who is there with a welcoming smile. What's your, because when I speak to a lot of the Hull Train staff, the rotas and the shifts are quite higgledy-piggledy, not always easy.
Yeah.
What's a general day like for you?
It depends, because our earliest shift is 4:50 in the morning. So I live 45 minutes away, so I'm up at 3:30 to get here for the 4:50 shift. And by the time you get down to London at 9 o'clock, it feels like it's halfway through the day. You've already had your pack up, and then you've got to bring the train back. Get back at 12 o'clock. And then, so when you're on a really early like that, for the rest of the day, you just feel sort of like wiped out.
I get that with when I'm doing the breakfast show on BBC Radio York. That one kills me. Like getting up at like I think I've pushed it to a fine art where I can roll out of bed at 4:15. But when I started, it was 4:45. Otherwise, I was no good to anybody.
It's not too bad because there's not much traffic on the road at that time of day.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, we have the late shift, which starts at 4. But then you get back into Hull at midnight, and then it's about 1:45 before I'm home on that shift.
Oh my goodness.
But you then wouldn't do an early the next day, you'd do another late one, so you'd have time to get up. But you still wake up early, even if you've got in at 1 o'clock in the morning, You
must really love your job. How long have you been in the trains?
10 years.
10 years,
yeah,
okay.
I did 7 years at Transpennine.
Right.
So I worked over in Cleethorpes. We used to go to Cleethorpes to Manchester Airport and back.
Yeah.
And then I saw this and thought, well, I'd apply. And thankfully I got the job. So.
One of the things that we're talking about in this podcast is about conversations on trains. Like from the times where you'll come on board, you've seen me travel a lot with Ruby, so I don't get to sit next to people as much as I used to, because Ruby, with the blanket on the seat, Ruby sits next to me.
Yeah.
But I do observe, and the thing that I love when I'm on a train is when I see somebody sit next to somebody or opposite somebody on the table like this, and they're complete strangers, and by the end of the journey, they've told each other everything about their lives, and they're having this deep and meaningful conversation. And then equally, when you see families come on together, and it's for the first time they're all up and away from their phones, and they're talking to each other, and they're having a laugh. How important do you think train journeys are for our mental health?
Yeah, they're good because it takes you away. There's kind of less stress generally on a train journey than if you was having to drive in a car.
Yeah.
What we find on Hull Trains is that all of the staff just talk to the passengers. We don't sort of ignore everybody.
Yeah.
So we're sort of family orientated. So we'll go up and chat to someone that's got a dog, and we'll pat the dog and that kind of stuff. Yeah. We'll ask the kids what you're doing, where you're going today, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think all of the staff on Hull Trains engage with the passengers, whatever they're doing.
Well, that's how you became my favourite. Because you used to come and always pet Ruby, and then you'd come and sit down with me if you could, and just have a little catch up and a chat, and it was just so lovely and so unexpected. And I think sometimes, even when I, as a passenger, am on the train, and you can see somebody is visibly down or struggling, it takes nothing, does it, to offer to help somebody with their bag or to have a little jerk, or with me, with Ruby, oh my God, like, she's just all over the, coach by the end of the journey. So, Nick, we know that you love your job. There must be some favourite journeys or favourite customers, apart from yours truly, that you've experienced during a journey. Is there any highlights? And I put you on the spot here, I'm sorry.
I think, really, most journeys are good because of the people that I work with.
Yeah.
The onboard
nice.
Hosts.
Yeah.
We have such a laugh.
Yeah.
It's like coming to work with your mates, really.
Yeah, you can tell that.
So every day that you come to work, you always look and see who you're working with and think, oh, it's going to be a blast today with them.
Yeah.
We're going to have such a laugh. I never ever think, oh God, it's them I'm working with, because
what a position to be in.
Yeah,
that's
I pretty much get on with everybody. So
the one thing that I do know about you though is that you always go to sit with me and try and get the gossip.
I know what you mean.
Emmerdale, Coronation Street, all of them, and you'd be like, so what happened to so-and-so? What happened to so-and-so? And what's that like? And what's that like? So I do know that you love a little gossip, behind the scenes gossip as well.
It's working with all these ladies.
It probably is, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
What's that like then? Like, do you get bossed around? Are you outnumbered?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm never in charge. Yeah, even if I'm onboard manager, I'm never in charge. Just do as I'm told, it's easier.
That's the best way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Nick, to wrap up our lovely chat, I've got written down here some quick fire train etiquette questions, okay? So, feet on seats or not?
No.
Not even if they put a blanket or a coat down?
No, that's... No.
Is it a rule that you can't do that if you put, like, is it not allowed?
No, it's not really a rule, but I don't know. I was brought up to never put your feet on the seat, so...
You're a better man than
if they've got a blanket on and they've got socks on, perhaps.
Yeah.
Definitely not if they've got shoes on.
Oh, no. Well, you've seen me before, and I've had my socks on.
Everybody's different.
But you know that man of clean socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Definitely not luggage on seats.
No. I completely
because
agree
you've
with
got
that.
dirty wheels and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that's the. You get a wet day and they've been dragging the suitcase along the platform, and then they stick it on the seat, and then the seat will be wet for the next person to sit on it.
Nick, I will never do that again. I'm so sorry. I will never do that again. Right, would you, if you were a passenger, although to be fair, even as train manager, share suites with strangers?
Yeah.
Of course you would. I remember coming on when it was...
They sharing with me.
Yeah, it was customer national
service week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I came on, it was like, I loved that week. I had to travel like 3 times. I've never had so many free suites in my life.
They walk down with big things of chocolate.
Didn't they? Yeah. What about passengers who bring on smelly food? Be honest.
I'm all right. The only thing it does, it just makes me hungry. So
yeah, there is that. I get that. Now then, as a train manager, if there's somebody playing music loud, whether it be through headphones or not, do you tell them to turn it down or not?
I do have a quiet word with them, yeah. Just because, not that it matters
annoying.
What the music is. Somebody might be sat reading a book.
Exactly.
And that's how they like to travel. And
yeah.
If the music's on really loud, it's not really fair for the other people. So.
Good man. I knew your answer would be splendid. Oh, and on that note, thank you so much for joining us today. Cheers, Nick.
Thank you.